Let's go on a quick tour of the VA7ST ham radio shack. Just go through the doors here and we'll see what was built over the summer, July and August of 2016. This was just a corner of an unfinished basement, and we took it right back to the concrete and stud walls and built a proper ham radio room. So we'll start from just inside the entryway. We've got a storage system that we built. Took a day or two to put this together. Has floor-to-ceiling storage. I'll have hooks in there for cabling. All kinds of radio and computer cables can hang in there and be readily accessed. The shelving spaces, cubby holes, are for radio gear, and lots of space to store parts. Then below that is a large desk. Was really one of the requirements for this, was to have lots of countertop surface area. I've got room now to be able to work on the amplifiers or the radios if I need to. Lots of plugins. There are about 20 duplex outlets in this room, plus two 240 volt outlets, and those will be for the amplifiers that we'll see in just a moment. Over in the corner of the room is my little Apple Macintosh station. There's a Mac Mini there, and use that primarily for playing around with iOS app development, looking at iPhone apps and iPad apps. The room continues around. We have a window to the north that lets in very nice light from the north, and you'll see one of the SB221 Heathkit amplifiers there. It's a 2 kilowatt amplifier, and then next to that, just across the top of the operating chair, is an FT920 in the corner, and beside that is an FT2000. Then the computer monitors are on top of that. I actually have more monitors that will be mounted above those, and those will be used for the software-defined radio pan adapters for both of those radios in the corner. Then we have a window that looks out to the east, and I see the sunrise through that window as I'm in the early mornings getting ready for a day of contesting. And on the desk, on the east wall, are my keyer next to the radio, then a power supply, a noise cancelling box that isn't yet connected but works very well to defeat power line noise. Then we have an antenna tuner, a 2 kilowatt antenna tuner, and another SB221 2 kilowatt linear amplifier. As I mentioned, there's 240 volts into the shack, and these amplifiers, both amplifiers, are being configured for 240 volt service, so I can run them on good stiff power so that they put out their full capability. Up on the windowsill, on the east window, is the stepper antenna controller and the rotator controller. I have a 3-element stepper with a 40 meter element as well, and that's mounted on a crank-up tubular tower that can tilt over and let me work on the antenna almost at ground level. And then in this room, now it's not a huge room, it's about 11 feet by 14 feet. In this room, we've got what I consider a bit of a secret weapon, and that is a day bed. We had room for it, and we had the bed that was just sitting there doing nothing, so we've moved it into this space, and that's going to be used for trying to catch early morning band openings without having to sit at the radios. I can snooze and have the radios on and listen to the bands. Particularly important to not miss a band opening on 20 meters. During the low sunspot years, you only have a very brief window, and as soon as that band opens over the pole to Europe from British Columbia, you need to be there, and that's what I intend to do. So, there we have it. There's the operating position. Nice big desk surface area. Overhead lighting are recessed LED lights, and there are 10 of them in this room. It's about the equivalent of about 500 watts of incandescent light bulbs, so it's nice and bright, and I can light them up or dim them down, and so the room is much brighter than anything I've had before in the radio room, and I can actually focus the lights in the corner right onto the workspace in front of me. So the keyboard is beautifully lit, and so are the faces of the radios. So I'm not leaning in and trying to decipher what the labels on the buttons and knobs might be. I can see those readily and don't have to do too much work to see what I'm doing at the workstation. So that's the VA7ST Radio Shack after the summer of 2016.